Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is my third episode for the Transition at Work series, and this must be the 20th take because I just cannot talk freeform in front of a camera. It's just not working. But let's try, and I hope that I'm not going to do this again. I'm also not going to cut this because no, I don't feel like it anymore. But yeah, so Transition at Work. So in the second episode, I was talking about coming out on Wednesday. So Wednesday was yesterday, today's Thursday. So on Tuesday, I met with one of my managers, just talked through the whole thing. You know, I was telling her that I was really nervous about this whole thing. So she helped me and brainstormed a little bit, and I told her, you know, if I freeze up, you can talk, like you can say something or just help me out, jump in, whatever. So then on Wednesday, like we had this room booked because we're a big team by now, so we're moving the whole thing into the room. So we had this room booked, and I went there just to like put the snacks on the tables and just wait, and like half shitting myself. I was like so nervous, it's not even normal. So yeah, I was just waiting there, like turning lights on and just standing and waiting, and that's basically it. So at some point everybody was there, and I swear like my whole body like was so tense. I thought like I really felt like I'm going to like puke. Honestly, like my stomach was just clenching. I had like cold, sweaty hands. It was just not normal anymore. And I started shaking, like I was actually like this. I had my notebook, that you saw that notebook as well at some point. So I had my notebook with the points that I wanted to talk about, but I did not think that I was going to be this scared and this nervous. Like it just didn't work. Even with the bullet points that I had written down. But so I was so basically what we did was first announce birthdays and other life events, like, you know, all kinds of stuff anyway. And then it was my turn, and so my manager was like, and birth name has something to say today and something important to announce. And I was like, shit. And like I swear the first thing that came out of my mouth is like, I think I'm going to puke now. And everybody was just laughing, like, okay, well, at least everybody's laughing. I don't know, but I just couldn't start. So she helped me out a little bit, and then I just told everybody that, well, I'm transgender, I'm going to transition, and like, so we'll be having a clean cut, like when I'm coming back from my holiday and stuff. And I completely forgot to tell everybody my name. So then I was like, oh damn, I forgot to tell you my name. So like, yeah, cool, that's going to be, you know, Robert and he. And actually, like, I was looking at everybody, and there were like no like ugly, disgusted faces or anything. That was like all just nice, you know, smiles or just surprise, but nothing negative really. And yeah, I was just telling a few things, but by far not everything I wanted to talk about because I was just too nervous, and I don't know, like, I think my voice was probably shaking as well because it was just too much for me. And yeah, I mean, a lot, as I said, like a lot of surprised faces, but also a lot of smiles. Then people were like giving me an applause. I don't know why I got an applause, but cool. So yeah, and then I told everybody, you know, if you have questions or anything, just ask, it's fine. And I was sending out, like, after the whole thing, I was sending out an email just with some resources. So, like, we have company intern rules and stuff like that about people who transition, or, for example, that whole bathroom thing. So we have, like, a lot of guidelines just to ensure that everybody has, like, equal rights for everything, like the freaking bathroom. But so yeah, I was sending that out. That has like books and articles and vlogs. So for example, I put the Uppercase J's channel on there because they have this 101 trans series going on with a lot of information. I cannot even talk. But yeah, so the whole information, like very granular, a lot of the topics just covered. And yeah, so a few people did actually ask for my vlog, this channel. So hi, work people, I know you're watching. So yeah, so a few people asked for the channel, a few people just had general questions, and yeah, at my work, people feel free to encourage everybody else as well to ask, because it's fine. Like, really, there's nothing that can offend me. But yeah, so that was pretty much that. So I even met for a coffee with some and just to talk. You know, they were interested in a little bit how transition works, and they were interested in some technical things like waiting times and that kind of stuff. So I tried to give a bit of information on that stuff. Yeah, and that's pretty much where we are right now. I was in touch a little bit more with HR, simply just to ask for stuff like the post room and so on. So I'm going to send in my photo for my badge tomorrow, and everything else should just be worked out during the week when I'm off. I might be in touch with my HR person just because maybe I need to restart my computer or something like that, or log into something and do something on my computer, and I don't mind doing that even when I'm on PTO, just to get things running. And then my first day back is a Sunday. Sorry, it's really late, so I just keep doing my eyes. But yeah, yeah. So my first day back will be a Sunday. There should be my badge ready at that point already. So when I come back, I can like give my old badge and pick up the new one. And also, yeah, and also all my logins should be then right, but they were saying, like my manager told me that they will be keeping my old login things on just for a week, just to make sure that everything works. And if something doesn't work, I can roll back to my old stuff. So that's really cool. And then the other thing was, so I'm one of the first aid responders at work. So we had like a really long training, like 3 full days of training for first aid responder. I'm sorry, like this is just falling around, but yeah. And all the people that attended, they are being added to a list just in case there's an emergency or whatever. So then they can like quickly call on the phone and you can, you know, run. So the person that was organizing the list and asking for the phone numbers and stuff like that, I messaged them and to give the phone number, and I was like, oh, and can you please write like in brackets Robert next to my name because I'm transitioning? And she's like, oh yeah, no problem, that's cool, yeah, and all the smileys in the world, like, okay, cool, you know. So it really seems more and more to me that this company is really not just talking, like they mean what they say when they talk about equal opportunities, about equal rights and all this kind of stuff. They did not ask me for any paperwork or whatever. The only thing is, you know, on my paycheck, for example, or on my health insurance, things like that, they will still have my birth name, of course, because I didn't legally transition yet. But that might take a while anyway. So yeah, I'm really happy how it went so far, and I'll probably give you an update after my first 1 or 2 days back at work and see, you know, all the reactions when I'm back, and if there were any things that I stumbled upon in the meantime. So yeah, until then, be great. I don't know, still don't have a catchphrase. But yeah, I see you next time.